Trees are sanctuaries. Whoever knows how to speak to them, whoever knows how to listen to them, can learn the truth.
Listen, just for a moment. That's the sound of life being restored, of a habitat coming back to life. This is the story of the Zurich Forest Project.
The best way to reflect on biodiversity is to be inside the forest like we are now. So you can see with your own eyes the difference in this tree, or in that one, a bird that flies by, or a butterfly. You realize how rich the forest is. So the best way to explain it is to observe with your own eyes and to pay attention to the signs that nature sends us.
The Zurich Forest Project began in 2020 as a collaboration between Zurich Insurance and Instituto Terra, the non-profit created by the couple Sebastião Salgado and Lélia de Luiz Vanik, in the Atlantic forest in the southern Brazilian state of Minas Gerais. They started over 20 years ago, and since then more than 2 million trees have been planted. As a result, over 250 native species of animals, like hummingbirds, parrots, lizards and anteaters, have returned to this forest. Zurich sponsorship contributes to planting 1 million seedlings over a period of 8 years and to supporting Instituto Terra's expansion.
When people get to know what we do, they start to understand the importance of conservation, preservation, and restoration.
The ultimate goal of the Zurich Forest Project is to help restore a delicate, precious ecosystem rich in wildlife, insects, and flora and fauna that had largely been destroyed by humankind. The Atlantic forest was once 760,000 square kilometers. That's the size of South Africa. Today, it's roughly just 1/5 of that.
Nós sabemos que aqui é possível. Há 20 anos atrás, isso aqui era
20 years ago, this land was degraded, and today we have a young forest that is being enriched with native species to improve its biodiversity. We still have the chance to reverse the conditions on this planet and to improve everyone's life.
Today, when it comes to restoring a forest, scientists will tell you that important guidelines need to be followed to ensure that it's done correctly.
The most exciting thing about the Zurich forest is how it's based on the best available restoration science. We have to build systems that value the immense complexity of nature across genetic, species, and ecosystem levels. And that's exactly what's happening in Brazil, where they're using the right mixtures of species, the native combinations that bring back a healthy ecosystem.
And so, with great care, a seedling becomes a tree, then a forest of trees, a forest rich in biodiversity.
You have to look after it very carefully. Give it the supplements it needs. That's how a tree is. You have to take care of it with affection.
We have to get the ecological part right and the social part right, driven by and empowering the local community. When you get the social and ecological parts right, that's when restoration succeeds.
New opportunities have been offered in the area of Amores, which has otherwise depended heavily on mining, and 200 experts in reforestation have already been trained.
My name is Arno. I work in the area of education, and we have a study center here. So this investment is essential because we're educating the people who are going to transform the forest and will protect these areas. And we are here not only creating a forest and preserving this forest, but we are also educating our own guardians of the forest.
I came to live here in Aimorés 13 years ago. If we lose the forest, I think we lose hope in life. That's why environmental education is so important.
Show people that it's possible, but a lot of work. And no one does anything alone. Nobody does anything alone.
The Zurich Forest Project is just one example of Zurich's dedication to sustainability. Zurich cares. Zurich is listening. Let's do environmental restoration the right way, with care and vision. Come follow us on our journey.